Hey, Mike Callahan here. Just sitting in the parking lot about to go into a 2-day deep dive, and I wanted to answer a question that was submitted over the weekend. What was my biggest regret in the last 24 years of owning a lawn and landscape and snow removal company in upstate New York? And I'm going to say my biggest regret year to date would be not going out and getting an education sooner. And you may be wondering or confusing what I mean by going out and getting an education. Well, after 5 years of college, I will tell you, I don't want to say it was a waste of time, but anybody who's been through the collegiate route may turn their head to this, but I want to say it's almost a waste of money. My college route of 5 years was a piece of paper. It was great networking and time management skills, but it didn't teach me to learn how to run a business. Even took some entrepreneurial classes, and these entrepreneur classes were someone who basically failed in business and tried to run a supermarket. My learning came from going out and finding like-minded individuals that had been to the point of business that I was at and beyond. And I attribute some of that education to a lot of people in the automations area, as well as some of you may know him as Jonathan Potoshnik, the lawn care millionaire. But meeting Jonathan and other individuals like Jonathan were instrumental to going out and getting an education. This education included Dan Kennedy style marketing, going out and creating that long copy strip. This taught me actually how to go out and sell, and not just sell like everybody else in my market and look like everyone else in my market. This sales approach told me and showed me the step-by-step process how to go out. So my biggest mistake or regret in business is not going out and getting an education, reading books like Traction, Dan Kennedy's Marketing, Michael Gerber, The E-Myth. Books and education around what we do is day in and day out as an entrepreneur. And then to lay onto that is going out and surrounding yourself in mastermind groups or going to conferences of individuals that have been in the industry. And like I said, attaching to these people to have been where you want to go. They've seen these hurdles. And I can really put some perspective. This is going out to scale my second company now, Simple Growth, breaking my first company to $1 million and beyond, and now well on our way to break that 1 million point in Simple Growth. Now that I've seen these hurdles, I know the scaling points and failure points of a business to break that 1 million point. We're hitting a lot of these hurdles we hit in the lawn care industry every 4 to 5 years. I'm hitting them every 3 to 5 months. There's no way we'd be able to grow and scale to this business to that success, and it's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good because we've seen them, and we know what they look like and how to address them along the way. So if I can give you one piece of advice candidly, no matter what business you're in, whether it's service industry, brick and mortar, go out and get an education with people who've done it and have been in the places that you are about to go. Seeing these hurdles and understanding how to tackle them will help you. And then the second part is going out and being on that bleeding edge of technology, where the market's going. I always use the analogy of Wayne Gretzky. He was always going to be where the puck is going to be, not where the puck is. I think that was one of the things that I fell upon, basically of just sheer luck and determination of life cycle marketing. I learned that from Infusionsoft, a little bit from HubSpot. And life cycle marketing was instrumental because I had learned about the new way of sales and how to approach sales from the content approach before anybody was doing it in the service industry. So well before anybody else was making videos or long copy text in the service industry, obviously there was a few, life cycle marketing was an education that I got probably 8 to 9 years ago before it was a thing in the service industry. So if I can challenge you today, go out and get an education, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and be vulnerable. Don't actually try to put up, I know it all, and I'm so great, and you should be learning from me. Be absolutely vulnerable. Tell people what you're doing. Tell them where your pains are, your strains, and you're going to understand that you're not the only person on this lonely island of entrepreneurship. And that was one of the biggest takeaways when I started surrounding myself with like-minded individuals that were willing to help and be vulnerable at the same time. Is entrepreneurship is a lonely place, and I thought that I was the only one having a hard time going out and finding and retaining employees, or I was the only one sometimes that had cash flow problems because I didn't have a system in place to get accounts receivable in the way they should. But after meeting these people and figuring out what they were doing right and some of the things I was lucky enough to do right ourselves, we're able to help each other along this journey and grow and scale our business quicker. So if I can challenge you today, learn from my biggest regret in business of getting an education around like-minded individuals in the service industry. This will not only give you a great foundation to grow and scale your business, but it'll also give you that emotional support that you need to go out and dominate your market. So 2019 challenge to you, learn from my mistakes, go out and get an education. And I'm not talking education at a university or online. I'm talking about a service education and not the school of hard knocks. You want to learn from somebody who's been there before and done it and paved the path where you're going. And then in addition, couple that with education of the things that you need to learn to grow and outlearn your competition. So the biggest thing right now on my horizon is AI, artificial intelligence, whether that's in marketing and sales automations or a product like messenger bots, a product that we use is ManyChat, M-A-N-Y chat. But this is where I believe technology is shifting. And if we can be there and get ahead of the competition, we're going to go out and dominate our market and succeed. So go out, find yourself a Masterminds group, stick into these private Facebook groups that we're all kind of digging into, but find a Masterminds group or a Facebook group that is going to allow you to ask questions and share knowledge, but not be beat down and post pictures of equipment and stripes in a lawn or the cleanest wiped down window in the home cleaning. That's not the type of group, in my opinion, you need. You need a group that is going to go out and support you with like-minded individuals that have been and going where you have been and want to be, and that's going to be the biggest way to crush 2019. So if you have any commonly asked questions that pop in your head that you're too scared to ask, drop me a PM. I'm happy to answer them privately, or don't mention your name. I'll answer them live on Facebook. But my advice today is go out, get an education, outlearn your competition. College is great, but where you're going to learn the biggest value is going out with industry-specific people that have been to the places you want to go, and they're going to show you the roadmap to success. And it's not going to be perfect, but I will tell you what, they're going to fill a couple of those potholes and even out some of the speed bumps well in advance of you getting there. So I want to say what's up to Tim, Michael, and Martha, a couple other people watching. Hope you're doing well. I'm about to go dive in to a 2-day deep dive with one of the Simple Growth clients to go take what would take normally 5 to 6 years right now to build out a business in 2 days. So still have a few spots left in our Tampa event, the 6th and 7th of March as well. Embassy Suites, Tampa Bay, right by the convention center. So hit me up if you're interested. Otherwise, go out and get an education. Find somebody who has been where you want to go and shorten that learning curve and get some emotional support, because this journey as an entrepreneur can be lonely and very trying at times. Trust me.